don't move. In just a few moments, we're going to take a deep dive, not just into Behind the Groove, but into Full Circle Productions Incorporated and some of the things we've been doing at NYC since way back then.
We have some guests lined up who have rocked with us through the years. So stay tuned, because this is a full circle special of Kwik2Rok. Welcome, one and all. I'm your host, Rokafella, and he is
Kwikstep, a.k.a. DJ KS360.
And we are Kwik2Rok Season 3. And normally we feature a guest and we shine a light on them because there's so many underground all-stars out here. But today we're here to unpack our journey, holding down a nonprofit dance company, serving up classic hip-hop dance and more for New York City since 1997.
Well, actually, I founded Full Circle in about 1992. It was a crew back then, but with the help of Violetta Galagasa from KR3Ts, who was a guest on our show in Season 1, we established it as a not-for-profit, and we branched out into so many platforms since then.
We did. I mean, first and foremost, the mission of Full Circle was really about preserving breaking, because we met as hitters in 1991, and there weren't that many people stateside that were breaking. You know, Europe and Asia, of course, still had the love for it, but here, hip-hop at large, it had moved on. A few heads were doing it, but not like at its peak in the early 80s. You know, dance had gone through a weird phase. Like it was sidelined or something. It became background, if it even showed up at all, because the rap music kind of got a little more gangster and it just didn't need the dance. So yeah, shout out to our brothers who were hitting Clown, Zone, Rob, J-Day, Nice, Storm and Swift, KML, the Float Committee, and all the others out there during this time period.
Yeah, and at that time we had like an open practice. It was a session that we had at a place called Feretta's, and it was in Manhattan. And that session was really special because nobody really had open public practices like that. Right. And back in the day, you know, you had to break bread with your own crew and only your crew. But I realized if we didn't have an open, you know, session and practice, it would fade out completely if we didn't bring whoever was left and whoever was really still interested in preserving breaking.
So, you know, you invited me to meet some of your teachers, and I believe there was already a session at Feretta's, but it was super private and not open to all. So we decided to open our sessions late night at that same building, in the basement under Joyce Dance and Skate, but on a Thursday night, 9 p.m. to midnight, y'all.
Yeah, and my DJ partner from the 80s, known as Cutmaster T, he would bring the turntables way over from Jersey, lug them down the steps, you know what I mean? And you know, there were already African drummers that were there because they were part of an African drum class. And then there were MCs that would come along and freestyle over all of that, the drums and the beats that, you know, we were rocking on the turntables. And I met a beatboxing MC by the name of Baba.
Right.
And, you know, Rock would teach a beginner class on one side, and I would teach an advanced breaking cipher on the other side. And yeah, it was magic in that studio.
It really was, you know, and there aren't too many pictures or video from that era since, you know, we were so into living it. You know, like in the images that you all are seeing, you had Shaky Shake and Bam Bam and Speedy and Simey, TK, Jocelyn. But in the studio today, we got one sister who was there. So y'all give it up for Big Tara. What? Say what, say what? Big Tara in the building.
What's up?
Okay. I'm so happy you made it, always repping the Lower East Side.
Yeah.
And, you know, Feretta's was definitely a special moment in New York City. So what was that experience like for you coming through to the basement on Thursdays, 9 to midnight? What was that like?
How did you hear about that?
I think, so at the time I had been practicing with Crazy Legs, and I was like, oh, there's a woman, there's a B-girl. I think I'd like to go do that.
Okay.
So, you know, I went to your practice, and I remember it was Valentine's Day. Rock and Kwik, y'all were not there. I was there with Violetta and K-Mel, and that was my introduction. But I came back, of course, and yeah, Feretta's was just really magical because it was such a creative energy there. Like not just the breakers, but they are also used to be like House Nation sometimes. There was African dancing there. So the space in general was just very creative and, you know, people of color just really being able to build. And yeah, just moments there, like that's where I was able to meet other crews that were affiliated with Full Circle, Floor Lords, Boogie Brats.
Phase 2.
Yeah, Phase 2.
Bag of Tricks, remember they came through from
Exactly.
Canada.
Laws of Finesse.
Loads of Finesse from
Yes.
Colorado. Yeah, it was definitely like
Furious
a hub.
Styles, maybe. Yes, it was
And
a
Furious,
hub.
it became a hub for people who were still interested in it because, you know, it had kind of faded from the mainstream, but we were so like inspired. And the young people who were coming in, like they fed off of our inspiration.
Yeah.
So I think that that's probably what you were feeling. From there, we started to do shows. So, like, how did that feel to then be like summoned with your skills to come on stage?
It was great. I mean, it was a cool progression because already in the space, like you said, you had like kind of guiding people through like learning foundation, and then like with Kwik on the other side doing like more difficult things so you could see where it could go. Like that was kind of like a great foundation to start with. And so then like putting things together to present, since y'all already had like hitting in your, you know, tool belt, like that helped us to be able to like understand performing and like feel comfortable. I felt comfortable and confident to move like, okay, let's do it. Let's do some shows.
Yeah, you went with us to Florida. Well, you don't go with us, but you flew by yourself, but you showed up with us to a Pro-Am.
The first
Might have been
Pro-Am,
90. The first one was 97.
Yeah.
How was that? Do you have any memories from that?
First of all, it was really like, again, I was glad to have like that I trusted y'all, that I would go to another state to explore breaking more, because like I had just started like really breaking, so it was like, okay, y'all, all right, let's do it. I'll go, let's do it. But yeah, it was really cute because I remember I arrived and I think Misdemeanor met me at the airport with like a sign that said V-Girl Tara. I was like, oh my goodness, that's me.
That's nice. That doesn't always happen. Yeah, that doesn't always happen.
It does not.
We're like degular in New York City. And then it's just nice to be, feel like a star.
Yeah. But
You
I
had
was
to
able to meet Beta and just see like, Pro-Am was where I got to really see that other cities had their own flavor in breaking, like to see the Chicago style versus the Miami style versus New York style. It was also amazing to see like Maurizio for the first time in person and his crazy backspins, or like, it was just different things that I was able to see like, oh wow, like the culture is like not just in New York, and like people have their own like a voice and creativity within it. Like I remember like Chicago versus like Miami, like wow.
That was fire.
Yeah,
That was fire.
and it was very different styles, but it was still like so hip hop.
Yeah.
And it also like helped me to see like that this is a legacy thing, like it's transferred from life to life. Like y'all taught me, and like people taught each other, like, and I feel really blessed about that, because like a lot of people nowadays, I feel like they learn online, but they don't even know like where the moves come from, who made what.
That's right.
Like they have no like substance or depth to the knowledge that they're, rocking with. So
Yeah, shout out to Speedy Legs and Zulu Gremlin. who
Right.
helped
Yeah.
put that
They
together.
organized
I remember
that
they
back
asked
then.
the community to put money in, so everybody was invested.
Yeah,
Legends
everybody
went
put
there,
money.
like Little Lep and Frosty
Yeah.
Freeze and
Yeah.
The Incredible Breakers
Incredible
were there.
Breakers.
Yeah.
You
It was
mentioned
a good
Storm and
moment.
Maurizio, and they were from a crew called Battle Squad in Germany, and so it was an international event, international event at the beach, Miami Beach. So it was, people were like, what? There's going to be a breaking event at the beach, because it was already the Rocksteady anniversary in New York City, but this was a different thing.
Totally.
In Miami, and people, I remember the Miami Strip, and people chilling in the hotel lobbies,
Taking it was a real takeover,
In front of
y'all.
the
It really
hotels.
was. It was. I'd
And-
like to ask you how it felt then coming into Solar Powered at the New Victory Theater.
was
That
coming.
was 3 weeks in 2002, from end of September to October. And you were on that cast. It was a 19-person cast, y'all. And we even have a picture of you with a few of the dancers that ended up performing. What was that like? Because now you could say that was like big time. It was off Broadway, and it wasn't like some community center or Black History Month, nothing. It was like Broadway with like union stage managers. How did that feel?
That was actually really exciting. Like, even though technically it might have been off Broadway, it still felt like technically we're on Broadway because we were like on 42nd Street off
God.
Broadway.
Oh my God, yes.
So it still felt very real. And yeah, just to see how it works when you're like in a situation where you have like a more of a set schedule and like you have to work with like unions and costumes, quick changes.
Yes,
It was really awesome and a great experience. And I was able to have like members of my family come and they were like, "Oh my God, you're at a Broadway show!" I'm like, it's not a Broadway show, but I'm glad y'all are excited. But no,
it's like
it was,
Broadway adjacent. You know, it's like Broadway's right there and we're here, but it's 42nd Street, y'all.
well, it's good enough. Like it was really a great experience, a great memory. Like I still have like a couple of my costume things from there.
Oh my God.
But yeah, like my family, like some of my family members who aren't alive anymore, I remember they were able to see it and they were so excited because also I'm like the worst person telling people when I'm like doing things, performing, promoting, whatever. So this was something like people who like are close to me that don't usually get to see me like finally got to see what are you be doing.
Nice.
So yeah, it was a great like platform.
It wasn't a 3-hour event. It was a 3-week event. And
Yeah,
I remember telling
there's
people, we're gonna be on Broadway. You know, we hitting the streets. So they were like, yeah, Broadway. I see you all the time on Broadway. And I'm like, no, indoors in the theater.
Yes.
But we're gonna relive a memory because we have this clip of you dancing an opening piece of Solar Powered,
Oh, that's
spelled
right.
SOULAR powered. Let's check it out.
Yeah.
Latin, Afro, 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 Afro, Afro.
Yes, and you were dancing right there with Tweet
Sweet
Boogie. Shout to
Boogie.
you. Tell us what that was like dancing with Tweety, being like an actress, because you had to act like you were mad at us. It was a piece called Afro Latin where we were kind of showing like the two communities like not getting along, but getting along, but not getting along. How did that feel?
Well, I mean, it's always awesome to dance with Tweety. Tweety's like really, a pioneer in terms of like hip hop.
Yes.
And yeah, working with her is always great. And yeah, I saw like in that clip that I threw a lot of air
Gestures.
air gestures.
Air disses.
Air
Yes.
disses. I know.
I
I'm
like
what's-
that. Got a new term,
Air
hashtag
disses.
air disses. At one point, I think you were jumping double dutch. At another point, you were like on the phone, calling
Yes.
into a radio station.
Yes.
So, and then you were like in camo, fighting the good fight in the front line.
front line, peace for the front
you
line,
definitely
yeah.
stretched, and it's been a long time. That was 2002, but I want to say thank you again for also appearing in All the Ladies Say, which is something we'll talk about a little bit later. But you recently were at a panel discussion that we had Kwik2Rok, the first luminary female MC. So, thank you also for still like keeping your foot in the mix. That was last March. I don't know if you wanted to quickly just talk about that.
Oh, that was really exciting. That was really amazing just because it was like Kwik2Rok's on the panel too. Oh my goodness, I want to fan out. But it was great, like to hear like I think like just with all the people who were kind of getting possessive or like annoyed that hip hop was celebrating 50 or like wanting to stake like like no, it's this, it's that. Like to hear from like someone from the original, like when it was not even anything and nobody cared to try to claim it and people were just doing it.
Right.
Like to hear from her was really refreshing.
Yes.
Like to hear from the people who did it like from a pure place, like
Yeah.
not from a like I'm trying to capitalize place. So
agree.
it was really amazing to experience that.
Well, I'm glad you were there. A lot of your homies were there too, G.I. Jane and Infinity, and it was just a really beautiful moment. So if you want to let the viewers know how to even follow you, maybe your Instagram real quickly.
Facts. You can find me on Instagram, Big Tara, BIGTARA, regular spelling. Yeah, you can follow me there. Lots of shenanigans and memes. You might see my face sometimes, but mostly memes because the
you're
internets
good.
are crazy.
You're good with that, but also, props to you and all the other artistic mediums that you use. You're an entrepreneur. So, a lot of props and respect. We
Yes.
see you on the come up and that you're still on fire. So
Thank you, sister.
thank you so
And
much.
Thank you, Tara, for your presence.
Thank you.
Back then and now. And, we have so many Full Circle dance cousins, and you are here, still with us. That's a blessing.
That's
Thank
right.
you for
We're
your
going to
time.
take a quick break. Make sure you come right back for more Full Circle on Kwik2Rok. And
Let's go.
we're just going to leave with the last chunk of Solar Powered finale. So check that out. Come right back. What's up? We are back, and after those early years of hosting local sessions, teaching, and doing public school shows, we really began to gain traction with theater. I mean, that's what we were just talking about with Big Tara. This next dancer also did Solar Powered with us and stayed on to this day. Y'all give it up for Specs. Spectacular.
Yes, brother.
Ain't
Thank you
I?
for coming.
Yes, yes.
Static.
Thank you for being here, because we know that you are busy. And let's see, was it 2001? Was that when you first got down with us, I think?
I officially joined Full Circle in 2001.
Wow, it's been a grip.
I saw the show that y'all did at City College back in '99,
Oh,
and I've been around y'all since the days of Ferretta, in the late
right.
'96. That's why I was all around y'all then, because I was going to your session and the other sessions that they used to have on the other days. But I was there from then, but I've been on since 2001 as a legit Full Circle
yes,
member.
you have.
Always repping, man, with the uptown styles, holding down the popping, the locking styles, and
Yeah.
the history.
And the history too.
Really
You're a really
important,
good
man.
teacher with that. We have a clip of you in the show at Kennedy Center, and you were acting.
And you act like a dancer that was also a troublemaker. So, this piece was entitled School of Hard Knocks. Let's check it out.
Another case of that OPTA. School of roll ups to quote from Shakespeare and I'm the title line to show you that I care. But things like together forever, see you're the only one. Only one special, I can say it was a level one. You would say someone's knocking out a window.
That was a good clip. And,
Wow.
You always like stretching, because some people can't like do the acting and the dancing. They just like cipher or they teach a class and solos. But you spoke in the shows. I remember it was Afro Latin. I think you like were doing a monologue sort of.
Yeah, we were both doing it. We
Yeah.
were switching back and
We
forth.
were switching back and forth in Afro Latin.
And you were
Yeah, and then in
representing, like-
Solar Powered, you also acted as
Yeah.
if you were a police officer.
I was a
Remember
police
in
officer,
Bulletproof?
Yes, in
Bulletproof,
Bulletproof.
that's right.
I was a police officer in Bulletproof. I was acting against Quick's character in Afro Latin. I'm trying to remember what else I did in terms
Oh, well,
of speaking.
there was
What was that?
so many shows. I
Yeah.
mean, I think we did one show at Jamaica Center for Arts and Learning.
Right.
And I think Stretch, Pesh, we have a picture of it.
Right.
You definitely, you kept rolling with us, even through the different, formats that we put the dancers in.
Right.
So you're definitely like a very flexible, multifaceted dancer. So what was that like for you to have go from Ferettas to like different shows and even like a Broadway show? How did that feel going through that journey along us?
The journey was definitely great. At that time, just being around, it was because that time in New York City, there was a hunger for something more eclectic and real in terms of the dance, whether it be the classic styles or whatever was coming up. And, being around in the midst of it, it was just organic. It was organic feel. So at that time, when I remember this day at Faisal's, when you would rehearse sometimes, and I was teaching there regularly.
Faisal was like a hub.
That was another hub
Another
too.
hub, right.
Was that 743 8th Avenue between
Look at
46
you.
and 47th Street?
They would say Time Circle.
Yeah, Time Circle Studio. Shout out to the Genghis family. I remember specifically feeling like I didn't have a place of belonging, or that I wasn't being utilized the way I thought I wanted to be. And I expressed that to y'all one day at that studio. And you quick told me, like, yeah, when something comes up, I got you. And sure enough, that was that show that we did in Central Park back in 2001.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And
That
that was been
was-
rolling ever since.
That was like the beginnings of
That
what
was the
would
beginning.
become solar powered.
Right.
And
That's
moving
right.
on.
Correct.
And I remember, like, you're really soul-spoken, like, right now. And we did a lot of speaking in our shows. And I said, Specs, one day we're going to give you a part. And you're
Yeah.
like this. You were like, okay, let's see. And when you speak on stage, you're a completely different character.
Even when you dance, you're
The
a
chest
completely
opens
different.
up. The projection is crazy. You know what I mean?
And you're
you have
funny,
a lot
like,
of you have a lot of hidden characters, like PS5.
Yes.
Some little hidden
yes.
characters. That's you, bro.
In case you didn't know, he's funny. This brother's funny.
Yeah,
Oh my
funny
God! In the
dude right
dressing
there.
rooms, we will be dying just listening to the accents and stuff. But we appreciate you, and we're
doubt.
happy that you're still doing shows with us.
For sure.
You're still performing with us, and you were at the Behind the Groove parties,
No doubt.
always blessing the dance floor with your many styles that you. How many styles do you do?
I don't know.
I know you're a popper. I know you lock.
I
But
do
then
hip-hop.
you do house.
Yeah, I guess I play around
Yeah,
with that.
you
Yeah.
do.
I do what I like, and I try
Hey.
to be good with it.
I like
Free
that.
spirit.
I'm
Definitely
free
a free
spirit.
spirit. But you were able to also capture some of the more trendy youth styles that were coming up. 'Cause I remember when we would do the school shows at the high school, we always said, okay, and Specs, tell them a little bit about Light Feet and who invented that, or tell them a little bit about, the Nene, or what, and he was always ready not only to demonstrate, but to share a
Harlem
little bit of
Shake.
the Harlem Shake.
Yeah, I was
So
on that
you're-
hard.
You helped people with the styles,
Right.
and Full Circle was definitely about that. Multi-generational and multifaceted and
No doubt.
multidisciplined in our dancers, man. And you help keep us in the know because you're teaching classes constantly to the next generation, and you keep up with them, and they got to keep up with you.
Yeah, because I think it's very important for me because we are full circle, right? So I think in order to really stay connected to generations outside of where we are, it's important to really understand where they are. And that's why I was always quick to embrace everything. Even if I wasn't sure or didn't understand that first, I made myself available and I was open enough to be present to understand where they were so that I can adapt. So that's what I wanted to bring to the table. So as much as I, want to teach people, I want to learn. So I want to observe as much as possible. So even with what kids are doing with Light Feet, shout out to the Breakfast Club and Team Rocket and everybody else that's doing it. I'm still, I still look up to them. You know what I mean? Harlem Shakers, Strips, and all those other styles that people were doing. I wanted to be a vessel to show that I'm connected. I don't care how old I am. I just want to still get it in.
We like that.
You know what I mean?
We like that. We love that about you, and we appreciate you. We know that you also have a different artistic medium, right?
Yes.
You also do fine art.
Yes, I was an artist first. So I was drawing since I was like 4 years old, and then I went to the High School of Art and Design. You know what I'm saying? And
Famous school right there.
Lady.
yeah, I went to
Artists
the
and
High School of
everything.
Art and Design. There was a lot of dope people that came out that school.
Like you.
Yeah, like myself.
Talking about you.
Yeah, me, because it's all about me.
Yes, we're talking
what I-
about
See, look,
you.
see the character's
Character's
coming out. All of a
coming
sudden, it's a different person.
Right.
What I do, and I'm great, and I'm
Yeah.
fantabulous. No, but
You are. And we recently saw you. We went to go see you at an exhibit. I think it was the Black
it was the Black Boy Art Show
Black
that we
Boy
did in
Art
September.
Show. Yeah.
You were smiling the whole time, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I actually had two shows that last year. That was the second art show that I was privileged to be a part of, and the other one was Piragua, and the Lower East Side. They had a Black History Art Show that I was a part of. Shout out to my man Taino Image. Taino Image, who I used to do some stuff with at collage parties at the Delancey. Shout out Xavier El Mundo, who used to curate the party. He invited me to be part of that exhibit in
I remember
February.
you were doing the live paintings at some of Xavier's parties.
that was. And it was
So God bless your hands. God bless your dance journey, and let the viewers know how they can follow you and support and show up.
Okay, you can follow me on Facebook at Raymond Specs Boogie Abu, on Instagram Specs Boogie. Oh, Specs Boog, sorry. I got another page, Spectacular, like my hat.
Hey.
And I got another page where I have my merch, all this stuff right here. So you got my,
Nice, I like
see
that.
my man Chadwick
Yes,
Boseman.
Chad
I drew
Boseman.
that. I did that and
Yes.
designed all that. So yeah, so Spectacular 2001 is my other page, or you can look at my Etsy store or whatever. At
Thank you for
Spectacular.
rocking with us,
You know what I'm
Soldier.
saying?
Yes.
You know what I mean?
So-
Rocking back then, rocking
you.
with us recently at the Met too.
No doubt. Yeah.
Yeah,
mention
yeah.
that.
Yeah, it was
We
at the
are
Met.
definitely going
You've
to
been in with
catch
us,
you
bro.
at the next parties that we're doing because we know we're going to see you. So
This Friday, as a matter of
This
fact.
Friday, yep, we'll check you
Friday.
out.
No
And
doubt.
don't move because we're coming back with some more good stuff, some more throwbacks. This is Kwik2Rok Full Circle Edition.
All right.
Come rock with us.
That's the joint. That's the jam. Play it again.
Welcome back. Wow. That brought up a lot of nostalgic memories, man. Well, that's the same thing, right? Nostalgia and
Yeah.
memories and good feelings. Wow. What a year this has been for the celebration of the 50th anniversary of hip hop. And, you know, we've been here affirming the dance for generations in NYC. It's not an easy thing to do. You know, we have a party that's known as Behind the Groove. And, you know, it's in response to the fading of dance in the club and nightlife scene in New York City. You know, we had to face up with the closures of clubs and the growth of bottle service.
Yeah, and if you dance, they shut down the circles. I know you remember that.
I do
And
remember
you know, if you weren't dressed up to the nines, like you couldn't get in. Like what? Like Studio 4, 54 was back then. Like this is today. And you know, we were going to these clubs and parties now for the DJ.
So, you know, Behind the Groove, it was born out of my birthday party that we had on the rooftop at Seward Park High School, downtown LES, the lower deck. And the owner of a club by the name of La Poisson Rouge, his name was Justin Cantor. And he asked me to move this vibe that was happening on his rooftop to the club. And so we did. And, you know, that party was way ahead of its time. We had lockers, breakers, voguers, dance hall. We had house heads. And, you know, they were ready to put their moves to the test in a club type setting like it used to be. And, you know, this happened outside of workshops and contests. And it was a beautiful,
It
beautiful
really
thing to see.
was, that party, man. You know, and we had musician friends who came just to rock out and vibe with the community.
Right.
It was amazing. So, sometimes it reminded me of Giant Step a little bit, you know, but it was like next level. It was totally next level. It was 2009.
2009,
It was
that's
crazy.
when we started.
Yeah, we listened to the dancers and we did, you know, we kept adapting and let the different styles get their light. You know, popping, whacking. We did a breaking exhibition battle at one point. It was like, you know, responding to the needs of the community.
You know, we eventually moved from the club scene because the bar guarantee was burning our budget. So, you know, we ended up hosting parties in studios, you know, dance studios like Stepping Out Studios in Manhattan. But the best was yet to come because we did Behind the Groove in Times Square. Wow. That was for like 4 nights, and we included contests for house dancers, breaking, heads, hitters. We had a popping contest. And, you know, it was beautiful because I got to spin for pre and post event segments for about 4,000 people a day. We had a really nice dance squad that represented classic hip hop and funk style, you know, dance genres, plus light feet, crumping, and New Jack Swing.
Yeah, didn't we have that brother from Angola put some choreo down? Remember him?
Yes,
Kanza?
that was
And we met
amazing.
him when we were doing a Kuduro tour around Europe. He came and taught Afrobeat choreo to the FC dancers. It was
Yep.
crazy.
We rocked to that Summer Banger by Janet, Made for Now. It was epic. Last year we rocked at the New York Rican Poets Cafe and recently returned back to the Bogart House. Shout out to Geronimo for always holding a space for us to serve the dancers with a safe and stylish space in Brooklyn.
Yeah, let's check out this clip from the most recent BTG party in Brooklyn.
This is how we rock on. This is how we rock on. This is how we rock on. It's to the break of dawn. This is how we take the old from the new. The rock on. It's to the break of dawn. This is how we take the old from the new. The new, the old. The rock on. It's to the break of dawn.
Essence of like yesterday.
This is how we rock on. This is how we rock on.
To the essence, to the essence, to the essence, to the gems in the
This is how we take the old from the new, the new from the old, the old from the new. This is how we take the old from the new, the new, the old from the new. This is how we take the old from the new, the new, the old from the new. Rock on, until the break of dawn.
From practice sessions to shows to parties and battles, and then the documentary about B-girls. Yep, that was a surprise, but it was kind of destiny because, truth be told, me and Kwik are not filmmakers, but the universe pulled it out of us. At that time, I was feeling, like, man, the B-girl story, it just wasn't being heard or highlighted, so how do we get it going? But after seeing how Martha Cooper was about to publish a photo book about B-girls, I mean, come on, this was the moment to make it happen. And after that book tour that happened, thanks to the Ford Foundation and Roberto Uno, props and a shout to you, all those mini DV tapes from those 6 cities that we visited promoting the book, well, that led us to create a documentary about the ups and downs of life as a B-girl, or women in hip-hop in general, so yeah.
Yeah, you had like 3 editors, right? And a graphic designer, and I was able to share some suggestions, plus some of my original music mixes were on there, so it was a group effort for real.
Yo, let's check out this trailer made by Melissa Olto with music by Kwikstep.
B-girl. That's us, bro. So, running through our veins. We don't crash when we dance. We got style, rocking it from the Hudson to the Nile.
underground.
Use creativity as our weapon. These moves wouldn't be here without the rhythm. To the females, the power is in your soul. Come rock with us.
God, thank you, Martha Diaz with the Hip Hop Association and JP from Third World Newsreel for helping us with the distribution of that film. We're working on a part 2 and, who knows, maybe even a part 3, with this whole breaking in the Olympics moment, but it has been a great journey, and you can check out the website, which is alltheladiessay.com for upcoming events.
And we got one more guest in the house, B-Girl Affinity. So keep it locked for more Kwik2Rok special edition.
Right now, ladies and gentlemen, I think we're going to get back in the groove again. We're going to turn y'all loose. We're going to keep the thing rolling a little while. Full circle.
Welcome back. We have one half of our full circle twin B-girl duo in the studio, Tiffany of the Wonder Twins from Midtown. What's up, Tiffany?
Hi,
AKA Infinity.
B-girl Infinity.
Woo.
In the place to be.
Thank you.
Looking
Thank you for
good.
having me.
Hey, looking good.
Welcome,
Look at the
welcome,
camera.
welcome, sister.
Wow.
I have to try. You got 4 kids, you gotta
You better
try.
try.
How many kids? Wait a minute.
4.
Hello, Mom.
4.
Yes,
Oldest
Mom.
15, youngest 4.
Wow. And you're still
Yeah.
rocking with us because we just saw you at the
Yep.
holiday party.
I was there.
And you've done a couple of shows definitely all last year for the 50th.
Oh, yeah.
Man, you even rock with Sha Rock at
Yes.
the Rock the Bells concert.
Oh my God, that was a dream of mine. Like,
What a
I
comeback,
wish
what a welcome back,
my
right?
father was there to see
Wow.
that. That would have been dope.
Your father was there in spirit.
He was
and
there in
We
spirit.
were so proud
Yeah,
of you.
that
And your
was-
sister, you pulled your sister back in from retirement.
Yes, I did.
She came through Man, talk to us a little bit about the shows you did back in the day, you know, with you and Theana. Her sister's name is Theana. What was her name? Energy? No, Essence?
Carefree.
Carefree. Big Girl
It was
Carefree.
Big Girl Serious and Carefree, but you know, I upgraded and she
Yes,
stayed.
you did. Infinity. Yes, yes.
Still love you, Anna.
Love you. Y'all were like our Wonder Twins. Before Late Twins, we had these twins, and y'all were really getting everybody hyped and just like doing it. Can you tell us a little bit about going from the door to then doing performances like at the Skirt Ball and
So like, we've always been kind of performers. Like we went to performing arts schools like all our lives. So to basically go to the door, and actually it was, I have to say, it was Anna who basically pulled me into the door where y'all were breaking, and she was like, so I'm going in there and you can come or not. And I was like, fine, I'll come.
twins?
So she got me in there, and it went from there, and we took off, and one show after another, and it was fun. Like, I didn't expect to enjoy it so much, but then I realized, you know, ballet is not gonna last all your whole life.
Right, right.
Your toes are gonna start like saying, oh, please. So,
Right.
but breaking.
Yeah, you could keep going.
You can keep going and breaking and hip hop dancing. So
And hip hop dancing, because you all also choreographed your own things. I mean, you know,
Yes.
we actually have a clip, don't we?
Yeah, we have a clip of you and your sister rocking, and we about to check it out. Them uptown freestyle hip hop.
Check it out. Let's check it out.
What? Y'all got everybody so hyped. Y'all did your own choreo. You rocked with us at Kennedy Center, Hip Hop Theater Festival, and Dance Place in D.C.
Yeah,
Bringing
and
that
you're
same
still
energy.
rocking. Yes, and you're still rocking with us. I mean, I think you also appear in the All the Ladies Say film.
yes.
And you sang with me quite a few shows.
Yes, we did.
We did that.
fun.
Yeah,
got
you and your
vocals.
sister. Beautiful voices.
Me.
Not that one. But yeah, you know, I think that there's something to be said about how we were able to, you know, present the many talents that you both had. So it wasn't just a novelty like, oh, they're twins. No, and they're skilled and they're talented and they're representing Manhattan. And for the sisters, you know, because a lot of times we don't see too many African American women, you know, rapping or dancing or DJing. So especially at that time, I think it was like 2003, 2000. Yeah, it was
4 or
around
5,
there. Yeah, and y'all brought joy to us because we were like coming from different, like stressed, you know, trying to run a dance company, and then you all came with some like giggly,
Just being silly all
yeah.
day long.
You were.
And it was special to have twins, and I remember telling y'all about the twins from the 70s that used to get down.
Oh, yeah.
And you finally met them, right?
Oh yeah, we met them a few times actually. I think we were doing it was an event with Kwik2Rok.
Yeah,
and they were there
in
at
Harlem
that.
on 135th Street.
Yes.
Right. We talking about the
Yes.
legendary twins, y'all.
Yes, the
They went under
legendary
another name,
twins.
but we don't call them that name. We
Yeah,
call
they
them
were the N
legendary
twins. Yeah,
And
yeah.
then we saw them again, full circle,
Hey, hey.
at the concert.
The Rock the Bells?
Rock the Bells concert.
Beautiful.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, you still inspire, and you're an entrepreneur, right? You're
Yes.
working with food now, or
I tried and did a charcuterie board. I llove charcuterie boards. It's just like the adult, what do you call it? Like
hors d'oeuvres?
Lunchables.
Oh, Lunchables. It's like hors d'oeuvres, but not, right?
Yeah,
If
it's
you
just
explain
like
it.
cheese crackers. Well, charcuterie basically is more talking about meat. That's what it's really based off of, aged meat. But a lot of people take it and they do like everything with it. So I literally kind of am slowly starting my own business. It's called Bougie Cutie Boards. And I just love doing charcuterie boards. They're fun. I've done a few of them already.
You do it for our parties, too.
Yeah, I do it for the parties as well. And my sister actually got me more into it because she's a baker, so she baked. That's why I gave it the name Bougie Cutie Boards, because the thing is that a lot of us don't like get into that. Like most people put it as more of like a top-notch type of thing. I'm trying to give it to everybody else.
How do you say it again?
Bougie Cutie Boards.
What's the original
Charcuterie.
name?
Yeah, charcuterie. Yeah, charcuterie.
It's like a
Charcuterie.
French
Yeah,
word. and-
charcuterie. Yeah.
Charcuterie.
But it's
Don't
beautiful.
ask me to spell that.
But it's beautiful that you are venturing into another aspect
Yeah.
of like, adulting. I know that you're a mom, and now you've returned to dancing.
Yeah.
So it just makes us feel really great to see you level up and to succeed in any way that we can help, cross-pollinate. But it's been a long time, from
Yeah.
2004-ish to now,
yeah.
2024. So it's a beautiful, beautiful journey to watch. And, how can the viewers follow?
Oh, so
Tiffany.
you can find me on Tiff_Tac, so Tiff Tac, so Tiff_T_A_C, or you can also find me on Bougie Cutie Boards, which is BOUGIE.CUTIE.BOARDS. So Bougie Cutie Boards. And that's where you can find me. And I am coming back in the breaking scene more. I've been gone for a long time, and I'm like, I need to finish what I started from when I was
How was that
a
for you,
wee one.
coming back?
It's difficult,
Right,
but
time-wise and schedule.
but it's working out. Like, you tend to start realizing that the older you're getting, the more you start seeing certain ailments that you've never had before.
Yes.
So you have to really take care of your body. So,
Yes,
and I never took care of my body as a youngster.
None of us did.
I was just
come
like,
on.
oh, we're at practice. Time to go and do some swipes. Like,
Right.
it was never any like
warm up
stretching.
and-
Like
That ain't happening
that
now.
was like, what is that? What are you doing? Could you just
wasting-
let's
Remember,
go?
Wasting
I was
time.
thinking, like, quick.
Like stretching?
Yeah.
What is that? So yeah, no. Now I take care of my body all the time.
Right. Well, we're so happy that you've returned. Big hugs to
Yeah.
your sister. And we see you Friday.
Oh, yeah.
And we'll
I'll
see
be
you at the
there.
practices and the behind the grooves. So
Oh, yeah.
they still have a presence, and we're
Yep.
definitely not going to let anybody forget all your contributions and your presence out here, especially as a woman.
Still
so
rocking.
thank you
Still
for
rocking.
rocking.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, of course, of course. And we'll be right back, y'all. Right back. You know you don't want to go. Check your phone.
Thank you for tuning in. This is Kwik2Rok. Peace.
Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this?
Come rock with us.